Welcome to another Verbling class by Simon Yates. Today we're going to look at pronunciation. By focusing on word pairs and tongue twisters, I will help identify sounds that you're having trouble with and help you correct those sounds and even provide you with homework. Good afternoon, sir.
Hi Simon, how are you?
I am exhausted.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Did you teach many classes today, or another job, your ordinary job?
No, I just had one class today, but I had a bunch of errands to run, and I rode my bike instead of taking the car. And I also had the garage to etch and paint. So I finally finished painting the garage, the floor.
You?
Yes.
You paint the garage?
Yeah, the floor.
Oh, the floor. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
So it lasts longer, it looks better when you go to sell it, all that kind of stuff. So.
And did you buy the stuff by bicycle?
The paint I got at Home Depot. It's a kit. It comes with the etching. It comes with the epoxy, the brushes. It's a very good kit. It gives me everything I need.
Okay.
How was your day? Were you working today?
Yes. Yesterday I've worked. I usually I've arrived at home at 5-6 p.m.
That's not too bad. Do you have any days off during the week?
Yes, Tuesday.
Just Tuesday. Wow, you do work very hard.
Actually, I'm not consider myself working very hard because Saturday and Sunday I don't work as well. My
okay, so
weekend
that's good. Yeah,
That's
you're
good.
not going to get much sympathy in this class. I usually get Saturday and Sunday off. I've got the month off, but because I have a new baby boy, it's not like I have a vacation, right?
Yes,
So,
yes, sure. You
and when
have
I'm not,
another job in there.
well, when I'm not doing that too, I'm teaching and I'm doing some web stuff. So I keep myself very busy. So
Do you a
after this,
programmer? Don't you? Do
well,
you?
web development, I wouldn't really say it's programming. I'm an architect.
Okay.
That's my primary line of business.
Ah, cool.
But if they ever fired me, I'd probably consider going full-time into teaching. Because this is a lot of fun. I might set up my own company and do it that way. But for now, this is a hobby.
Yeah, I see.
And I think I'm going to do a bit of an overview of the ed suffix today too. I'll give you some more tips and tricks. But let's see who else has joined us here. We have another regular, Raphael, sir, our resident electrical engineer.
Hello, Simon.
Good to see you again, sir.
Good to see you too.
How's your week going? Are you having a good week? Are you tired? Are you ready for the weekend?
Now, tired. I think everyone is tired, but I'm okay. It's been okay. A good week, in general speaking. A lot of work, a lot of tests to do, to solve, but okay, I'm okay and ready to learn.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad. Good to see you here. You guys are becoming more like friends than students. I love seeing familiar faces. And Hannah. Hello, Hannah.
Hey.
How are you this evening?
Good, thank you.
Excellent. Where are you from, Hannah?
I'm from Belarus. But right now I'm in Poland because I'm studying here.
Ah, excellent. Yeah, Poland's a wonderful country. I've yet to go there, though.
Really?
Yeah. What are you studying in school?
I'm studying psychology.
Excellent. That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
All right, well, great. Oh, now class is filling up. I think the other class just ended. All right, let's see who else is here. We have Nicola. No, Nicola. Nikolai. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, I'm really tired today. Newborn baby.
Okay.
Blame it on that. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. What about you?
Just exhausted.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a problem.
Excellent. Well, we'll still have fun and we'll still learn something too.
Yep.
And I see Alejandra has joined us. Hello, Alejandra.
Hello, nice to meet you, Simon.
Thank you. My pleasure. Where are you from?
From Spain. I'm living in Madrid.
Wonderful. I hear you guys have a good football team.
Yeah, but I'm from Barcelona, not Real Madrid.
Yeah, very good teams indeed.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming. This is my pronunciation class. We're going to get started shortly. We're going to focus on word pairs and some tongue twisters. But before I get into that, I want to spend some time on the ed suffix. Okay? Often called the ed sound. It's not a sound. Okay, so, and there we go, I typed sound, but the ed suffix has 3 different sounds. Raphael, could you say the 3 sounds for me?
D or ID,
Id,
id, T sound,
t,
and I think D.
yeah, so we have the id, the voiced d, the unvoiced t. We have 3 sounds. It's not really fair, is it? Ed. Looks like ed. It's never pronounced ed. And that throws a lot of people. I hear a lot of people saying things such as end ed, and it's not end ed, or worked, it's not worked. So this one's annoying. I'll agree. I'll admit that. It's very annoying. But I'm going to help you guys memorize ways to identify which sound you should be saying. Oh, wrong thing there. Let's see. Where can I change the font color to black? There we go. So what we want to look at is the root of the word that we're trying to say. Now, we're obviously talking about the past most of the time. It's like walk. If that's something you've already done, you would have walked. Notice I had the unvoiced T sound there. Okay, so Nikolai, could you please read what I just pasted?
Oh, I'm sorry. What should I?
Could you read what I just pasted, please?
I don't catch it. Paste
Could
it.
you read what I just pasted, please?
Paste it. When the root word ends in b, it's like a G or G.
Okay. When the root word ends with a B, G, L, M, N, R, V, Z, or TH, the suffix ed should use the what sound. Which sound should we use here? Who would like to volunteer? Is it the id, t, or d sound?
Id.
I have 1 vote for id.
D.
So the voiced D sound. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
That's correct. So for those of you that have trouble with the ed suffix, this is something you might want to put to memory. Okay? If the root of the word ends in a M, N, R, V, Z, etc., it has an unvoiced D sound. So let me give you the word, this word here. And I want you to tell me, Luis, how would I pronounce that word?
Worked.
Yeah. So the K is not part of the voice D, right? So if we look at the root, there's no K there. So it would be a T, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's take a look at the id. I love the id. This one is just so easy.
You are sharing your screen, Simon.
Yes, sir, I am. Okay, the reason I'm sharing is so that those of you who have just joined, you can see that I'm using Google Drive and the Hangout notes to type. And it also allows those watching to see what we're talking about as well. Okay, so let's take a look at what I just pasted there. If the word, no, that's not what I wanted to paste at all. Let's go back. See what happens when you're tired? You paste the wrong things. Okay, let's take a look again. This is what I want to paste. The suffix ed should use the id sound when the root word ends with a T or D. Okay? So, that's a lot easier to remember than B, G, L, M, N, R, V, Z, T, H for the D sound. But that's what you have to memorize. It's not easy, but this will help you. For the id sound, it's just T or D. And one way to think of that is id, d, and T, right? Very similar sounds. The unvoiced T sound is everything else. But let me show you what those sounds are. Okay. So right here we have the voiceless T sound. And we use the voiceless T sound when the root word ends with a consonant F, K, P, S, X, C, H, T, H, and S, H. Okay? I get it. This is too much to memorize in one class, and I'm not expecting you to memorize it right away. But this would be an excellent homework assignment if you have trouble with the ed suffix. So to help you guys along a little bit, I'm going to throw some words up. And I need to turn off the Hangout. Right, so let me see if I can use the Verbling chat. Does this work? Test. Can you guys see the message I typed in the Verbling chat?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll use that for now. So this word here, how would I say it? Raphael.
Realized.
Yeah. Why? Because of the Z, correct?
Because, yes. Ends with E.
What about the British spelling? It's got an S instead, doesn't it? Realized.
I don't know. Realized.
Yeah, I still say it the same way, so it kind of breaks the rule. But again, we're using American grammar, and I'm showing you the word realized, which is a British spelling, so realized. Even though it's got an S, it's a British spelling. All right, let's pick a different one here. Nikolai, here's your word. If you could say this, please.
Mm-hmm. Oh, all right. I have a problem. I can hear.
All right, well, let's skip to Luis then. Luis, could you please say that word? Now, you've got your 3 rules.
Sorry, my computer froze. Yes, started
Yeah, why did you use the id sound?
because ends with T,
Yeah, exactly.
a consonant.
All right. I'll just spend about another 4 minutes, then we'll go on to word pairs. Hannah, if you could say this word, please.
Sorry, but I don't see any words which I have to say. I mean, I have to create this words, or
No, I just pasted the word. If you could say the word I just pasted.
yeah, but I don't see this. I don't know how can I find this.
We're using
mean,
the
I have
Verbling
this.
chat,
Yeah, but
and just click it on the. It's the icon on the left of the screen.
yeah, I have this, but I don't see this. I mean, I just see worked, the last word which you paste. Yeah, but I don't see any more any other small words.
Okay, well, let me skip you for a minute because I can't say the word or it gives it away. Alejandra, could you say the word I just pasted?
Moved.
Very good. And why did you give it that pronunciation?
Because the word it ends with V.
Yeah, so it has a voiced D sound, moved.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. All right. And Alejandra, if you could say this word as well, please.
Talked.
Excellent. And this word, please, Luis.
Which word?
The one I just pasted, did you see it?
The last one's talked.
Excellent. Hannah's back. Excellent. Let's hope it was just a browser problem. Hannah, can you see the word I just pasted?
Now I can see.
Hannah?
Yeah, right now I see studied.
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 Excellent. Yeah, it's the D sound. The Verbling chat doesn't always work. That's why I asked you guys if it's working. I like using it because those that are watching can also follow along. It's frustrating. Oh, excuse my back. Does everybody have Google Drive open?
Yeah.
Hannah, do you have Google Drive open? Okay. Yeah. Oh, I don't know what's happening with Hannah. Okay, so I'm going to just use Google Drive from now. It seems to be more reliable. Okay, so the main thing here, there's a ton of words that have ed. I mean, that's the regular way we talk about the past tense, right? Walked, worked, studied. No, that's an irregular. Looked, interested, ended, started. Okay, so copy this down, and this is something that we can use later on. Study it. And if you follow this, you're never going to goof up the ED sounds. And after a while, it'll just come natural to you. All right, let's go back to word pairs. Let me close this first. Hello again, Hannah.
Hi.
You seem to be having some problems today.
Yeah, little.
All right, we're going on to word pairs now. If you want to open Google Drive, that's where we're going to be working out of. I don't know if it's your computer or if it's Verbling chat, but let's just work with Google Drive as it seems to work the most.
But you have to share the link?
It's shared. All you have to do is go into Google Drive and click on the blue icon that says Hangout Notes. And while you're looking for that, let me just start with the first word pair. Okay, Raphael, we have two words there. I'm going to bring it closer so you can see my lips. Catch, cash. Catch, cash.
Catch, cash.
Yeah, it's interesting when you think about it. Catch, it's more violent than cash. Cash has got a softer, right?
Yes.
Luis.
The same word.
The same? Yeah, I want to see how everybody does on these sounds.
Okay. Catch, cash.
Excellent. Hannah.
Catch, cash.
Excellent. Alejandra.
Sorry, but I don't have the sheet, or I don't know.
Okay, well then just
I can find in the Google Drive.
So just repeat what we've said then. What are the two words?
Two words?
Yeah, the two words that everybody's repeating. Could you repeat them? Catch and cash.
Catch and cash.
Excellent. Raphael, Doug and dog.
Doug, dog.
Excellent. Luis, Doug, dog.
Doug, dog.
Hannah.
Duck, dog.
Excellent. Alejandra.
Duck, dog.
Wow, you guys are all doing very well here. All right, let's see if I can mix it up a little bit here. Raphael, cod, card.
Cod, card.
The cod was carrying a card.
The cod is carrying the card.
Excellent. Luis, cod, card.
Cod, card.
Cod,
Cod,
card.
card.
The cod ate a card.
The cod ate the card.
Excellent. So the reason why I'm doing this is just to get you, so we want to hear the word pairs by themselves. Then I want to hear you with the words in a sentence so I can see how you pronounce the flow, or as you flow from one word to the next. Hannah, cod, card.
Cod, card.
Cod,
Cod,
card.
card.
The cod ate a card.
The card, edit card.
Okay, so there, I want to focus on cod a little longer because when in a sentence it almost sounds like you're saying card. So here we go. This is going to sound silly, but say that. Yeah, from deep down in your lungs, like really deep down. Okay, silly, I know, but hey, look, at least your video isn't showing whereas mine is. So now we put a
Cut,
cod.
card.
Pinch your nose so
Cod.
you can't send any air through your nose. Just close off your nose.
Okay.
Cod.
Cod.
Much better. Do you know why it sounded better?
No.
Do you speak Spanish or do you
No,
speak
no,
any
no.
French?
No, I just speak Russian and Polish.
Okay. You were using more of a nasal sound. You might have noticed that when you pinched your nose, you felt pressure when you said cod. That's because you're sending air through your nose.
Okay.
So the reason why we pinch our nose is so you can feel the pressure and know that you're sending air through your nose when you shouldn't. Clayton. Hello, Clayton. Okay. Alejandra. Need? Oh no, sorry. Cod and card.
Cod, card.
Need, mead.
Need, mead.
Thank you. Raphael. Need, mead.
Need, mead.
Need, mead.
Need, mead.
Good. Excellent. Luis. Need, mead.
Need, mead.
Hannah. Need, mead.
Need, mead.
Need,
Mead.
need.
Mead.
Okay, because it almost sounds like you're saying mead. Watch my lips when I say each one. Need,
Need,
mead.
mead.
Thank you. Clayton. Need, mead. Okay, Alejandra. Need, mead.
Need, mead.
Need,
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 mead.
mead.
Thank you. Oh, this one's mean, but I gotta do it. Jet, chet. Jet, chet. Raphael.
Jet, chat.
Excellent. Very well done. Luis.
Jet, chat.
Hannah.
Jet, chat.
Excellent. Alejandra.
Jet, chat.
You know, I was expecting someone to get that wrong. I thought you guys had trouble. You all did very well there. But speaking of well, I'm going to make things a little more difficult now. It's time for that dreaded tongue twister. Luis, why do we do the tongue twister?
The tongue twister is good for improving our pronunciation. You training the muscles, the tongue muscles.
Yeah, we're training you guys to practice. It's exercising your mouth. That includes your tongue, the muscles that control your lips, your mouth. There's a ton of muscles there. When you speak your language for what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years, as long as you've been speaking it, you've exercised your mouth in a specific way. Which is why we all have accents when we learn another language, because we're used to working our mouths and tongue in a certain way. So, here's our workout. The first one focuses on these sounds. They're all very similar. Sh, s, sh, s. Okay? Sh, s, s. Sounds boring. But let's find out how well you guys do. Now, I've done this a few times, so some of you should be becoming pros at these. Raphael, sir, would you like to start us off?
She sells seashells by the seashore. The seashells are surely seashells. So if she sells shells on the seashore, I'm sure she sells seashore shells.
Okay. She sells
She sells
seashore shells.
seashore shells.
Thank you very much. Luis. Luis, sorry. You know, it's been a while. I can't remember how to say your name properly.
My name?
Yeah, I'm saying it wrong. I know it.
No, Luis. Luis is my carioca accent. But
Okay,
in
good.
Portuguese, Luis is correct. Don't worry.
Okay, good. Why don't you try it for us, the tongue twister there.
She sells seashells by the seashore. The shells she sells are surely seashells. So if she sells shells on the seashore, I'm sure she sells seashore shells.
Okay.
Terrible.
Sells seashore shells.
Sells seashore shells.
Okay, now watch. I'm going to say it, and I'm going to get really close so you can see my lips move. My lips will move quite a bit, and this is a bit of a workout. I can just feel it in my mouth. If I'm doing it right, it's a lot of work. So here we go. She sells seashells by the seashore. The shells, see? The shells she sells are surely seashells. So if she sells shells on the seashore, I'm sure she sells seashore shells. That's a lot of movement, and it's not easy to transition from one sound to the next. Okay? That's why we call these exercises. The more you practice them, the better you'll get. Luis, would you like to try one more time, please? And just focus on going slow, not fast.
She sells seashells by the seashore. The shells she sells are surely seashells. So if she sells shells on the seashore, I'm sure she sells seashore shells.
Much better, much better. Excellent. Right, Hannah, are you ready?
Yes.
Take it away, please.
Okay. She sells seashells by the seashore. The shells she sells are surely seashells. So if she sells shells on the seashore, I'm sure she sells seashore shells.
Yeah, it's a workout, but well done. Alejandra.
Okay, you listen to me? Okay.
I'm listening.
Okay. She sells seashells by the seashore. The seashells, oof. She sells are surely seashells. So if she sells shells on the seashore, I'm sure she sells seashore shells. It's too complicated.
It is, and if you ever get into public speaking, it's always good to practice some of these before you get up to speak. It helps exercise and get your mouth ready for speaking. Let me hear you say, if she sells shells.
If she sells shells.
Excellent. You notice that if you go from sells, it's almost like you're shifting gear to go back to shells. Sells, shells.
Sells shells.
Excellent. Right. Alejandro, did you just fall?
No.
Alejandro. No, I did. There was a lot of ruffling around there. Could you please say the tongue twister?
Again.
That's right. You just said it. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. How many of you have children?
Not me.
No. Well, 2 weeks ago I had a first child, and I'm not getting much sleep, so it's a wonder I can even. Thank you. there are times where I'll forget I've said something, and that was one of them. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to give you a different one. I want to show you how there's different sounds or different tongue twisters for different sound groups. Okay. This is a favorite of mine. I know Raphael loves this one, right, Raphael?
Yes.
All right, Raphael, would you like to go ahead and try this one?
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Did Peter Piper pick a pack of pickled peppers? If Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, where's the pack of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
All right, guys, I think I'm going to let Raphael take over the rest of the class. He seems to know what he's doing. Well done, sir. Luis, your turn, please.
Yes.
And just go
Peter
slow, take your
Piper.
time.
Okay. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Did Peter Piper pick a pack of pickled peppers? If Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, where is the pack of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Okay, Luis. What happened here? What word are you having trouble with?
The same word before.
And what kind of word is that?
ED sounds.
Yes. So the root word ends with a K, so what sound should you have used? What root word should... Oh, excuse me. You see me drinking a lot in class because I lose my voice if I don't, but I think something just went down the wrong way.
Picket.
Okay,
ED.
Okay, so we use the id sound when the root word ends in a what or what.
Picket.
Yeah, but when do we use the id though? What does the root word end in? Hint, it's near the top of the document. I don't mind taking a bit of time here because this is important.
It's with this sound we omit the E.
Why is it the D sound?
Picked.
See, the id is T or D. Root words that end with a T or D, right?
Yes.
So it can't be an id. So it has to be a
Okay.
T or a D. Picked or picked.
Picked.
So if we look at the top, if the word ends in a K, it must be the T sound. So in this case, it would be picked.
Picked.
Okay. So your homework assignment for tonight or for tomorrow, whichever you prefer, Luis, is to study that stuff we talked about at the beginning of class, the different sounds for the ed suffix based on how the root word ends. Okay? And that will really help you. As far as your pronunciation, you are bang on. Well done. Hannah, you're up next.
It's quite difficult. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Did Peter Piper pick a pack of pickled peppers? If Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, where is the pack of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Okay, let me hear you say peppers.
Peppers.
You're releasing a large amount of air. It's like the air can't get out when my lips are like this, and that's how we start a P. Right? Yeah. Peppers.
Peppers.
Perfect. I know it might seem strange and it seems a little violent, but imagine you're learning to speak German. That's how it is. It's a very rough sound coming out. Okay, peppers. Well done. All right, we're done with tongue twisters. No, I'm kidding, we're not. I want to give them all to you today, well, all the major ones that I have, so you can use them to practice. You've got them all in one document. Now, Luis, I know you're familiar with this one because we used to practice this one before. Okay, let me just break it up a little bit. All right. Raphael, would you like to try this?
Okay. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? If a woodchuck could chuck wood, a woodchuck could chuck all the wood he could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Again, well done. Luis, your turn, please.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? If a woodchuck could chuck wood, a woodchuck could chuck all the wood he could chuck. If a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Thank you. All right. Let's go over a few things here. Wood.
Wood.
Could.
Could.
Okay. Would, could, similar sound. Chuck.
Wood. Could. Chuck.
Woodchuck.
Woodchuck.
Wood.
Wood.
Chuck.
Chuck.
Okay, now I'm going to read it once, and I want you to say it one more time, and I want you to go slow. I'm also going to go slow so you can hear, but also see my lips. Okay? Just focus on the sound that I'm making. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck could chuck all the wood he could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. When you're ready, if you could go ahead and read it one more time, please.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck could chuck all the wood he could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Okay. Now, one thing you might want to do, we're at minute, I think, 42 when we started this. You might want to rewatch the class to this point and practice a few times. So you've really got 2 homework assignments, and it's up to you. But we've got the ed suffix, the 3 different ways of saying it, so that's a lot of work. And of course, at minute 42, maybe practice the woodchuck tongue twister a few times, but listen to how I say it, and then try that, okay?
Okay.
That's it for homework for today, though. Hannah, you're up next.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? If a woodchuck could chuck wood, a woodchuck could chuck all the wood he could chuck. If a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Woodchuck.
Woodchuck.
Could chuck.
Could chuck.
Wood.
Wood.
Wood could.
Wood could.
Good. Excellent. Alejandra.
Yeah. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? If a woodchuck could chuck wood, a woodchuck could chuck all the wood he could chuck. If a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Actually, very well done. So we go through these a lot quicker when there aren't as many students in the class. When I have a full class, with about 9 people, it takes a lot longer to go through these, so it's actually kind of better when there's not as many students. All right, this is a tough one here. So let's take a look at these words here. Every time I do the same thing, so I'm going to ask an odd question here. Aren't these words all the same?
No.
No, they have a completely different meaning, don't they?
Yeah.
So what is the difference between each word?
Consonant, no. The opposite.
The vowel.
That's it. They're spelled exactly the same with the exception of the second letter being a vowel.
Yeah.
However, if you're not good with your vowels, this one will trip you up. Let me just say them all fast. Batter, butter, better, batter, bitter. Wow. Oh, I forgot one I actually... There we go. Botter, bitter, batter, better, butter. You got to switch them quick, and you have to be very accurate with your enunciation here. So let me read it for you. Betty Botter bought a bit of butter. The butter Betty Botter bought was a bit bitter, and it made her batter bitter. But a bitter better butter makes better better. So Betty Botter bought a bit of better butter, making Betty Botter's bitter batter better. So ba 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 ba. You've got this constant ba 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 sound, changing up your vowels. It's tough. It's like boxing for your mouth. This is not an easy one. However, I know with Raphael here, he's been nailing them all. So Raphael, can you nail this one as well?
Betty Butter bought a bit of butter. The butter Betty Butter bought a bit was a bit bitter, and made her batter bitter. But a bit of better butter makes better better. So Betty Butter bought a bit of better butter, making Betty Butter's bitter better better.
Wow, not bad. A few mistakes. Butter.
Butter.
Bought.
Bought.
Botter.
Butter.
Botter bought.
Butter bought.
Yeah, well done. Okay, Luis, are you ready?
Betty Butter bought a bit of butter. The butter Betty Butter bought was a bitter bitter, and made her better bitter. But a bit of better butter makes better butter. So Betty bought a bit of better butter, making better bottles bitter better better.
Well done, sir. You made a few mistakes, but you corrected yourself, so I'm not going to beat you up over them. If you're able to identify your own mistakes and repeat them, well then I see no need to further correct you, so very well done. Hannah.
Betty Butter bought a bit of butter. The butter Betty Butter bought was a bit bitter, and made her butter bitter. But a bit of better butter makes better butter, so Betty Butter bought a bit of better butter, making Betty Butter's bitter butter better.
Bitter batter better.
Bitter butter better.
Excellent. With these tongue twisters, what I often do is I have to picture what's going on. Instead of just reading the words, I'm conveying the meaning. I'm adding a bit of emphasis, and that helps me. Well, what is this? Well, it's better batter. I'm picturing the batter being better, or better butter. It makes it easier. Alejandra, it's your turn.
Betty Butter bought a bit of butter. The butter Betty Butter bought was a bit bitter, and made her butter bitter. But a bit of better butter makes better butter, so Betty Butter bought a bit of better butter, making Betty Butter's bitter butter bitter.
Butter.
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 Much better. Oh, it sounds like I'm saying the nursery rhyme too. All right, let me just split up this one. Correct some mistakes. All right. So let's start with Alejandra this time.
I saw that saw in Warsaw. Of all the saws I ever saw, I never saw one that could saw like the one I saw in Warsaw.
Thank you. Hannah.
I saw that saw in Warsaw. Of all the saws I ever saw, I never saw one that could saw like the one I saw in Warsaw.
Thank you. Luis.
I saw that saw in Warsaw. Of all the saws I ever saw, I never saw one that could saw like the one I saw in Warsaw.
Thank you. Raphael.
I saw that saw in Warsaw. Of all the saws I ever saw, I never saw one that could saw like the one I saw in Warsaw.
All right, well, that's it. We're done with tongue twisters now, guys. Well done. Okay. So we've got, I think, what, 4 or 5 of them here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 of them. Some of you nailed them. Some of you made some mistakes. You're free to copy this document down, and you can practice these later. They're good exercises. You might even try saying a few of these before you enter a class and see if it helps you with your pronunciation. We've got 8 minutes left. I want to throw the class open to any questions. Any questions at all, guys? Raphael.
How can I pronounce Warsaw or Warsaw with a V sound or with a W?
Well, in English, we pronounce it as though it's 2 separate words. Warsaw. Warsaw. Now, I don't know how it's pronounced in Polish or in German. It might be Warsaw, but in English it's Warsaw.
Okay.
Now, I believe we have somebody here who speaks Polish, and maybe they can let us know how else it might be pronounced. Anna.
Could you repeat, please?
Warsaw. How do you pronounce Warsaw?
Warsaw.
Do you pronounce it with like a V? Warsaw?
You mean in Polish?
Mm-hmm.
In Polish, we say like Warszawa.
Oh, so it's very different.
Yeah, Warszawa.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So, good question. Luis, do you have a question? Anything at all? Just don't ask a grammar one because we've only got 7 minutes left. There's no such thing as a short grammar question.
No, actually, it's the same question I've done before, but you said to me that you are going to prepare this topic for the next class. It's about the pronunciation with letter I. Sometimes we pronounce it as I, and sometimes as E.
Yes, and you know what? I completely forgot about that. I took the notes down. I don't even have my iPad here. Okay, Luis, you're sending me messages through the Verbling messages. Send me a message, and then I'll remember when I go upstairs. I won't forget, and I'll start working on a lesson for that.
Ah, okay.
Because right now with
Verbling mail.
Yes, the Verbling mail. Because right now I'm just getting so little sleep that I can't always remember the things I say I'm going to do unless I write it down.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
And we lost Alejandra, but Hannah, any questions?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to let you guys go that early because then you're not getting your full value. Raphael, any TV shows you really like to watch?
TV shows.
Yes.
I like some action TV shows.
Yeah? Which action TV show?
I don't watch so much TV, but I'm watching this new season of 24. I like it.
You know, I've started watching it too. What do you think?
Well, it was new. I think it's the same. It's not that different from the previous seasons, but it was okay. And they are not in US. They are in London, but there are some characters I didn't understand why they came for this season, but it's nice. It's been okay to watch.
You know what? It's interesting. I used to like 24, but I find that Jack Bauer's character hasn't changed. He's always, well, let's beat somebody up first and ask them a question later. Let's yell at them and then ask them a question, right?
Yes, yes.
And in this last one, I remember one of the characters saying to him, "Why couldn't you have just asked?" So yeah, I think they need to change his character a little bit because he just seems like he's always hyped up on speed or something.
Yes, but I don't think he will change his character. He's always the same way. I think the viewers like him the way he is.
Well, I kind of did before, but now I'm just thinking like, okay, it's getting a little old.
Yes, it's a little old.
What about you, Luis?
Actually, I don't like to watch TV very much.
No.
I am from the generation of Friends, but after that, I don't follow any TV shows anymore.
Is it because you work too much and have a family?
No, I believe I spend more time, my free time, more on internet. I don't know, in bubbling YouTube channels, e-learning, something like that, watching, listen songs, concerts. I like to spend my free time on internet.
Well, see, I kind of do everything. I watch TV while I'm on the internet. I think I don't know how to relax. I think that's my problem.
Yeah, I'm watching a big screen behind you.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's TV 3. That's the basement TV. So yeah,
it's 50 each.
It's a 52, 53, I think it's something like that, low 50s.
Oh, mine is 40. That's bigger.
Well, the one I have upstairs, the small one, I think it's 43 or 42. But, you know, it's good for the bedroom, and we got one upstairs.
Actually, you don't teach in that room with the blackboard, the whiteboard behind you.
Well, that's because I'm in a different house.
Room. Ah, different house. Ah, okay. I will have to buy a bigger because of your son.
Hello?
I'm here. I'm here.
Looks like I just lost you for a second. No, it's a different house. Let's take a quick look.
You have to buy a bigger because of your son.
No, it's smaller actually.
Ah.
And then here's the server room. This is where I control everything. So all my classes, notes, and everything are stored on there. Then if we go upstairs, I can smell dinner still underway.
So that's mean we are not going to have Hangman anymore.
Oh, we can still do Hangman.
the whiteboard there is not anymore.
No, I can still do it. I can still do it. I found a way to do it without having the whiteboard. And as you can see, there's no snow anymore. But it's kind of dark here. Yeah, it's dark. You can't really see anything. Sun has just set. But yeah, a new place, closer to work.
But nowadays it's spring in Canada.
Yes, it is.
Here is the autumn.
Yeah, I know. I'd rather be in spring than autumn. But guys, I'm going to get going now because I've had a long day and I've got to go look after the little baby now.
Yeah, sure.
But
Take a rest.
copy down everything in this document. There's some good
I've
stuff.
already copied for my Google Drive.
Excellent. All right, perfect. Guys, thanks for coming. And Luis, it's good to have you back again.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Thank you, Simon.
You're welcome, Raphael. Take care, buddy.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.